So we're going to be talking about permission, right?
Yep. Permission. How we use it. Well, how do you use it, I guess?
I guess it would depend on now I use it very differently than the way I used to. Because the way I used to is that I had to gain permission from everyone around me. And that was led to a very empty and unfulfilled me when I was
I can agree with that.
consistently looking to somebody else to give me permission to even do something as simple as like what I'm going to eat for lunch.
I exactly like if I get another coffee because it's the middle of the day and I'm really tired, is that going to make me look bad because I'm a
Is that
fitness
okay?
professional? Or what if I want to eat fast food?
Is that okay?
Or
Okay.
what?
Really? Is it
Or
okay?
are you're hurting my feelings? Like, is it okay to tell you like I'm kind of offended by the remark you just said?
I've heard
Or
you say that phrase to me before.
or yeah, like just simple stupid thing.
Yeah, I've heard you say that before where you're like, Shahla, is it okay that if somebody upsets me that I let them know that they upset me in this way? I'm like,
Yeah. Or
yes.
even in the working profession, right? Like, corporate world, is it okay if I hand something in too early? Or, what if I hand it in too late? Like, all this stress around subconscious permission and how if you think about the subconscious, if you're living in the subconscious, you're doing things with before even like tapping in or thinking about them.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yep.
permission is one of the like leaders in that aspect of mindset or lack thereof awareness within that mindset.
Absolutely. So now, how do we move forward? Um, we just talked about how we used to, and now how do we move forward? I know for you, you've had some recent shifts specifically around permission.
Yes, I have. And now I use it as it takes a lot of practice and awareness, to find out why and what permission from others is really doing for you or how it is allowing you to live. Like, there's always an underlying notion of why we're doing what we're doing. So for me, it was a matter of really honing in and understanding by giving you permission to dictate or kind of have an impact on my way of living, whether it's consciously or subconsciously, what is that allowing me to do?
Mm-hmm.
Or am I tired of suffering to the point to where I'm just so not fulfilled in my life that I'm like, and so for me, it was getting radically honest on the fact that um, I kind of didn't want to take ownership. I'm a type A perfectionist, so not really wanting to embody and take full ownership of the outcomes of if you're not giving me permission, then I'm making that choice and I'm radically honest in integrity and pursuing that. But also the worth, not
Yeah.
feeling like I'm worth my permission. Like, why is my mother's or why is yours or why is my father that was never really around growing up, why is his permission or his vision or my perception of his vision the thing that's ultimately controlling me?
Mm-hmm.
And so I just did a daily on knowing that my permission is the only permission at the end of the day that's going to allow me the abundance and like joy that I truly am capable of experiencing.
It's beautiful.
You're beautiful. So how about you? How have you shifted your permission?
Well, you were present for the first time I like radically shifted my permission. I had done it in small steps prior, but when we physically met for the first time a little over a year ago, we were at a retreat, and recently I put out a video of me crying my eyes out, like inconsolable tears, and that was because I had what had happened before, directly before, was the realization that I could make a decision for me and my worth and my value, that it was my decision. And I, and even leading up to it, I was thinking, oh, I could reach out to so and so, or I could ask so and so, or I could do this. And then it was like, then there was that thought, and it was like, no, 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 no. It's me. Me. I'm the one that decides it, and I'm the one that's going to follow through and make it happen, not anybody else. And when I had that realization to my core, obviously it was to my core, you saw those tears, like that was me truly giving myself permission and worth and value as a human being. And, many of us are, we think about permission, and that also brings us back to relationships. You were talking about relationships with our parents, relationships maybe with our siblings, relationships with our romantic partners, with our friends,
our
and
colleagues,
our colleagues, yeah.
Our bosses, like.
So I've had people come to me saying, okay, so if I'm not asking permission, how do I move forward? Like, I don't know how to do the forward, like going from there. If I decide to make a decision for myself and they don't like it, what now? How can I even address that before it's that I know that they don't like it? There's obviously the option A of, well, it doesn't matter whether they like it or not. There's option B, where you move forward as an adult and you sit down with that person, you make an agreement. Say, this is what I'm bringing forward. This is what I have decided to do. And this is my requirements to make sure that, I reach this thing that I've decided. But I want to have your input on how it can move forward in a way that is easy for you. And this is a great way to move forward with a boss, with your romantic partner, with a friendship, anything that you truly value the other person's input. You've already made your decision, yes, but when you move forward, almost as if you're making, I guess, a contract or a deal with that person, saying, hey, this is what I'm bringing forward. What are you bringing forward? How can we meet in the middle? You froze there for a bit.
You froze there too.
Okay.
You're back on though.
Yep.
So the thing that I'm loving and what you're saying with me and what's resonating with me is, it's funny how we feel like we always have to validate our choices.
Mm-hmm.
And as we evolve as humans or spirits, we all have this divine light within us, and some of us find it and some of us don't. Or some of us just have been in some dark ass places and we're tired of being there. So it's that choice and that understanding and reasoning why. And some people will be on board with you and some people won't, but it's that permission process of like, I'm giving myself permission. I'm taking ownership. I'm moving forward. And in that choice, it's just, I want to make sure that, whoever's watching really understands that if you are having that validation of having to reason your choice you're making behind permission, just don't. Like, you don't have to, but like Shahla was just explaining, be clear on why and take ownership of it and allow the other person to react in whatever way they are going to.
Absolutely.
Don't try to control the situation, but like, be radically honest and clear and say, this is how I am planning to move forward. This is why it's important to me. This is what I would like from you, or I, want you to be included. And that's it.
And that's it. Yep.
It can be, that's it. We give you permission to think that way, to allow it to be that way. You see how that works?
And we were just having this conversation about giving permission or being given permission to not have to
have permission. Like, what if we didn't have to have permission? Like, or we granted permission to not have permission.
Mm-hmm.
If we think about that concept, it's like, well, how would you move forward then?
However way you wanted to.
Yeah.
What?
It's funny. So, and it's funny in this process. I think we've been in some bad places with this. So we're like really lighthearted. But for anyone who is like watching this and this is resonating, know that it is really fucking hard.
It is.
It is
incredibly
super hard. And when you do it, you get, and I'm like getting goosebumps thinking about it. Like, there's so much intensified emotions that go on. Like, there's a feeling that you can breathe and that you're light and you're glowing, but there's also like this little dark cloud that is like, what are you doing? Why are you doing that? Who's allowing you to do that? So you do have that extreme ebb and flow current of like super high, okay, I want to stay here, and then, oh my God, like I want to die. Like, I'm just in this really dark, bad self-judgment, like just apprehensive place that you're suffocated. And that is completely normal.
I was about to say, for everyone that is going through those highs and lows, like, you've recently come to the decision that this choice is for you, that you are going to move forward with the life that you want to be living and not constricting yourself. So when you're moving forward, know that when you've made that choice, you are going to have such extreme highs and lows, but know to stick with it. They're going to get shorter. And the span between them doesn't happen so much. And you're going to find equilibrium. You're going to find it. And if you're having trouble,
like drawing a tornado, and like how you draw a tornado on a piece of paper, and then it
cycles down,
comes down to the tip.
Yep. And if you're having trouble in those places and you just feel like it's overwhelming, reach out to us. We are here because we've already been through it. We've already been through it.
We continue to go through it. We continue to different aspects.
Yep. It's nothing that you're ever going to be done with. I'm pretty sure even if you lived to 150 years old, you would still be going through these cycles in one aspect or another in your life.
Yep. Absolutely.
Well, thank you for being here and having this amazing conversation. Is there anything else you would like to add before we end the video?
I just want whoever that is watching to know that they are perfect the way they are, and that everything and anything they experience at any given time in life is exactly what's meant to be happening, but to also know you have a choice on how you react and what you allow to be experienced from that.
Thank you.
Mwah!
All right, guys, we'll see you hopefully next week.
Yeah.
Follow Alyssa. I'll add her link below. If this is on Alyssa's feed, then follow me, and she'll add the link below.
Absolutely. Cheers to all.